My name is Merridith, and I'm a certified long-term care specialist, but I've morphed into what's called a midlife concierge. As a kid, I played sports and I got injured, and I went to physical therapy, and I think that's what kind of started my idea of wanting to be part of taking care of other people. People always think that long-term care happens when you're 80 years old. People need caregiving and need support with their activities of daily living at a number of different ages. I worked in medical device sales my majority of my career before I became a long-term care specialist. And I worked with patients a variety of different injuries. So it's not just about aging. People really forget about injuries that occur that could affect you and your mobility and your need to have a caregiver. Long-term care really means that when you need support with the things that you take for granted every day, we call them ADLs, or activities of daily living. There's also, because now there's such an impact with cognitive health, cognitive impairment. So there are 6 activities of daily living plus cognitive impairment. If you cannot take care of yourself safely, that's when you need long-term care support. So really as a caregiver to come in and support you with those activities of daily living. Right now we're in a time that the baby boomers, there's 10,000 people a day are turning 80. We're calling that the silver tsunami. A lot of people are going to need resources that either they're not planned for financially or that we don't even have available to support them. Most people want to age safely at home. That is the goal. There are times that construction needs to be done to make sure that the house now is modified for their needs. They might have a walker, they might have a wheelchair, they need a bigger space to be able to maneuver. The shower, you can't have a shower or a bathtub where you have to lift your leg to get in. You need to make sure that everything is safe for them. Really, when I meet with a family, they're oftentimes coming to me when they're in crisis. And what that means is an adult child is coming to me, they think they need a long-term care policy because they're seeing mom or dad go through something extraordinary. I find resources for families so that they know these are people that they can trust. Do they need a power of attorney? Do they need to figure out how to sell their house? Do they need funding? Do they need to figure out how whatever money they had set aside for retirement is going to last? It takes a village. It really does to handle this time in a life. And it's not just one person that's going to give you the guidance. It's a handful of people. So reach out, educate yourself. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to your spouse, your loved ones, your parents. Get the conversation started, because the hardest part is not knowing what people want, because then you're left with making decisions when you feel like you're in crisis mode. I think that nobody can do this alone. I think that there are too many people that cohesively need to come together. There's a lot of collaboration, a lot of coordination, and it is something that if you just are open to listening and learning ahead of time on who really should be your dream team, make sure that you know the resources to go to when something happens, you're going to be in a better space. But that's my main thing, is it takes a village. We can't do this alone. Community is huge. Community is huge no matter what age you're at. And hopefully by people learning and seeing mom and dad aging and some of the fear that they have, that they'll realize we could do things differently.